what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here with maybe one of the most iconic cars of all time. This is it. This is a 2022 Dodge Challenger Hellcat, but guess what? This isn't your run-of-the-mill Hellcat. This is the new Jailbreak edition. But before we get into this tire-smoking, rubber-burning muscle car, let's talk about what's going on here. Dodge. Mopar or no car. That's the motto that they live by. And when it comes to muscle cars, really Dodge has been doing it. And guess what? This modern Challenger has been around since 2008. Now, if you want to go back to what's the original Challenger, it goes back to 1970. That was the prime time show for the original muscle car era. In 2008, when this came out, people were blown away with the way that it looked, obviously the way that it sounded, and the way that it performed. But Dodge was not going to rest on their laurels, was not going to sit on their hands. They were all about bringing more. And in 2015, they shocked the automotive universe with the introduction of the Hellcat. Now, the original Hellcat, 707 horsepower, totally under warranty, and right off the showroom floor into your driveway. Now, over the years, Dodge has been up in the ante. Of course, in 2018, they made 3,300 examples of the mighty Dodge Demon. But you know what? The muscle car era is coming to an end, but Dodge wants to bring some specialness to that. And with this Jailbreak, that's what you get. You get carte blanche. More personalization on this Challenger than any other before it. Plus, we're going to have more horsepower. And, of course, we're talking about that Charger EV, that Banshee that we brought to you back during Dodge Speed Week from Detroit, being the first electric muscle car. Let's go ahead. Let's find out, should you be going Jailbreak? Or should you be going maybe GT500? And is this the ultimate muscle car to buy? Let's go ahead, dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the proportions. You got the wide body. This is technically a Hellcat red eye, so you got that special goodness there. 3 inches extra muscle car width, and our particular one has some nice personalization. Granite, right from a block of that precious stone. Love the metallic flake in it. Working our way down, of course, you're going to get that quad headlight setup. Love the way that on the original Hellcat, they hollowed out the center to bring more cool air to force feed into that big old Hemi. Badging, SRT. Now, the one thing I would have changed on this particular one is you could actually go with different colors. This one has all flat black and flat gray. It kind of gets lost in there. Would have been nice to have this be Mopar blue. That would have popped nicely. And remember, SRT, it's going away. It stands for Street and Race Technology. And then you got that egg crate grill design. Working our way down, massive splitter. You could easily eat your Big Mac for lunch right off the corner. And we have tons of air that's going to flow through all of the functional vents. Now, this yellow strip, remember, is for shipping purposes only. This particular owner will be taking it off as soon as we're done filming it. They literally just took delivery of this vehicle. My advice, if you get one, take it off. And if you already have one, take it off. It's not supposed to be there. It actually hurts the airflow. Plus, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's doing it for me aesthetically. Now, as we come across that mean, lean center of this beefy steak, we got the Mopar blue racing stripes. Very unique. A lot of people normally go with black racing stripes, white racing stripes, silver stripes. Mopar blue pops nicely, gives it that extra muscle car look. You could see the width, the extra 3 inches, and then hopping onto that hood, just like before, we got double bulge action. Functional air intakes on both sides, and those stripes go all the way back. But not only are you getting the bulge, you're also getting power, extra power underneath the hood, but I'm not ready to show you that. We're now gonna go around the bend. Coming around the bend, what do we got? We got these Warp Speed wheels. With the Jailbreak, you could choose your badge color, stripe color, obviously exterior color. You could even choose from different wheels. This one, a little muted. I would have went for like a silver, like a brighter silver, but we have the gunmetal metallic gray. Maybe even a flat black would have worked better. Let me know what you think about the wheel. Would you went with a different wheel choice? But good looking wheel, 20-inch wheel. You got your SRT badge with the silver. Optional blue calipers. Now here's the zonk. The zonk is that blue is not Mopar blue. It's more like a navy blue. So kind of weird how you could do Mopar blue stripes, but not the calipers. So that's a zonk, but that's one of the personalizations with the Jailbreak, is being able to choose from a plethora, a cornucopia of different colors. Love the way it's got the SRT badge. Check out those rotors. Over 15 inches. They're actually 15.4 inches. I measured them before I started filming. Two-piece rotors, slotted, ventilated, kind of get some of that heat down. We got adaptive dampers, all four corners. And then if you're wondering, well, Joe, what kind of tire size? 305s. All four corners. It's 305 on the width, 35 series sidewall, but that's just half the story. Let's go down the side. There's your Hellcat badge with the red eye. That's actually a jewel plucked from the mines deep within South Africa. For that Hellcat red eye badge, you could actually choose different colors. This is another one where I would have went blue. I think that would have looked cool to be Mopar blue or silver. The gray kind of blends in a little too much. Let me know what you think about these color choices. Working our way down, those sexy stripes, color match shark fin antenna, color match on the door handles, the mirror caps, no car. GT500, ZL1, or this. When you're looking, this car is definitely got more muscle car look than the GT500 or a Camaro ZL1. Working our way towards the rear, of course, like I said, we got 305s, all four corners. I like the way we got the satin black fuel door. Gives it a little bit of a nod to the old original muscle car days. And then going way around back, of course, you got your different spoiler choices. Now, you can get that drag strip wing that's like on the Super Stock or the Demon. This is your standard one. Satin black, still looks great. You got the stripes coming down, all the way down. And then, of course, you got your LED lighting. The one thing, other than some of the other things I already talked about, the other thing I would want to change is, please, exhaust. Yes, you could go get a MagnaFlow. Yes, you could go get a Flowmaster. Wouldn't it be nice from the factory to get some Mopar custom exhaust right when you buy your car? So you got the vacuum style. That's going to help you vacuum up, you know, the competition, the Mustangs, the Shelbys, and the Camaros, just like this Leaf. So pretend that this is a Shelby GT500. That's where it's going to go. Sucks up the competition. Would be nice to have quad tip exhaust. Of course, we got that limited slip diff to help you get the power to the ground, and the Dodge name and the SRT badge. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop that hood and see the real muscle of this Hellcat. All right, guys, we got that muscle car hood open. Now, when you pop the hood on a Shelby GT500, you do have supercharged power, but guess what? We have gobs more power. Check that out. 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi V8. Now on the Jailbreak, pumping out 807 horsepower, 707 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to one transmission only, a TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic. Top speed in this vehicle, 203 miles per hour. Think about that. That is a football field every second. That's what you're traveling when you're traveling 200 miles per hour. Quarter mile is going to go by at about 10.5 seconds at 131 miles per hour. 0 to 60, if you could hook it up, which good luck with that, but if you could hook it up around 3.4 seconds, the vehicle is not light. 4,514 pounds. MPGs, if you even care, go buy yourself a Prius. 13 in the city, 22 on the highway. If you're comparing this to the GT500, GT500 has 760 horsepower, so we got more horsepower. GT500 is limited on its top speed. It could do about 180 miles per hour, and then obviously quarter mile a little bit slower than this Jailbreak. But it all comes down to hooking it up, because guess what? When those tires go up into smoke, that means you're not going forward. That means you're losing your race and you're losing your car. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this beast and hear its sound. All right, guys, get your butt inside this muscle car, buckle up, and shut up because we're gonna be going on throttle. But before we do, it's now time to talk about the money it takes. Like my dad used to say, if you wanna play, you gotta pay. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been shopping for a muscle car. There ain't nothing cheap anymore. But how much is this Hellcat Jailbreak edition? Trust me, I feel for you. Prices have been out of control and are continuing to be out of control. This one, MSRP, the way that it's optioned, I hope you're sitting down, $103,000, but let's see what you get for the money to the door panels. So this one has the premium interior, smooth touch finish, contrast stitching. I would like to see a little bit more though. Would have been nice to have some Mopar blue stitching, so I am gonna zonk that, but it does have the nice premium materials. On the back side of the door panel, you got your Twinkie holder. That's for the competition. So when you blow the doors off your first GT500, throw them a Twinkie. It's the least you could do. And you have a cup holder right at the front portion of the door panel. This one also has the optional Harman Kardon sound system. Now going from the door panel to the dash, smooth touch, there it is, the Jailbreak. I hope you got your get out of jail free card because you're gonna need it driving this freaking thing. Stitching is nice, would have been better if it was blue. We still got the 8.4-inch Uconnect 4 system, so it's a bummer, I know, that they didn't do anything with it. But remember, we got the chiller, the SRT chiller, where the air conditioning can be used to cool underneath the hood. You got your adaptive suspension for at the drag strip, for on the street. Love the way it's got the graphics and everything. And remember, we got the Red Key 807 horsepower. Carbon fiber all the way around is an option on this vehicle. If you don't like touching the screen, you got more of the buttons down here, including launch control. Very easy to do. This is gonna operate that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission. You got a little place here for your time slips, 2 cup holders, and then you got your 2 keys. The black key is if you let a friend drive it. The red key is for you. To be honest with you, if you let your friend drive this car, you're freaking nuts. There's the buttons behind it. You can scare people when you do your cold start with the remote start right on the key fob. On the side here, your passenger does have a place for their Twinkie, so they don't toss their Twinkie. And then there is a place for a 12-volt. Highly recommend getting a radar detector. You might want to also get a laser jammer because this thing is going to get you into trouble. Soft touch material, open it up, felt lining, a 12-volt, 2 USB-Cs, and an aux jack. You got to take my word for it. The lid only opens this way, so that's a zonk. It would be nice if it opened up both ways. You do have enough room that if you go to, like, say, Home Goods or TJ Maxx, you could get yourself a little jar, like one of those like decorative jars, and that's where you're going to put all the tears of all the Camaro owners and the Shelby and the Mustang owners that you beat at the track, on the road, and everywhere else as they're crying as they're driving home. Seats, personalized. The leather, Napa leather, 2-tone. So you see this lighter gray finish? This is actually part of the Jailbreak model. You could choose the colors. Manual controls, that's a zonk for $103,000 for the passenger. I have electric only for the bottom portion, but we do have the optional Alcantara. So you're gonna be able to look good as you're going good down the road. But why don't you come over here behind the business end? I got a leather wrap steering wheel I want to show you in this Jailbreak. All right, guys, here we are, business time. Let me show you in the pedal box. You do have an aluminum gas pedal, throttle pedal, and brake pedal. The smallest dead pedal in God's green earth. I'm zonking that. You do have the custom floor mats though. That's worth an extra 5 horsepower, matches the rest of the interior. You got 2 memory seat settings, 2. And then this is the only power portion. The back is manual. For $103,000, what are they smoking? The great news is, while you're smoking the competition, plenty of headroom in here. I mean, this is the largest out of the Mustang, the Shelby, and the Camaro. And then the steering wheel. I love it, but there's a part that I don't. So I love the leather, I love the stitching. This chrome, I wish they would have done something a little different. Maybe just say Jailbreak or Hellcat, or just have the Hellcat badge. This plastic is pathetic. So that's a zonk. This should be carbon fiber. I paid extra for all this carbon fiber. Give me some carbon fiber there. It is a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And yes, you do have the metal paddles to go up and down that ZF 8-speed. And then you got the dash, that large 7-inch digital display with the 2 analog gauges. I love the way you could scroll through a freaking whole all-you-can-eat list of gauges. That's a real muscle car. That's a real performance car to let you know what's going on underneath the hood. We do have back seats. I personally would get the option to not have them because you could do that for $1. No back seats. I'm not showing them to you because I don't give a damn. We do have a trunk. We've already showed it to you. This ain't about the storage when you're going to the grocery store. It's that time. If you're ready, I'm ready. Why don't we go on throttle in this Jailbreak? All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Challenger Hellcat Jailbreak. I mean, right away, it just screams, I'm a muscle car and I don't give a damn. Yes, the interior is the same interior it's been for quite some time, but you know what? For those who want the change, you're getting it, because Dodge for 2024 is changing everything, including no more internal combustion engine Hemi. I think one of the most amazing things about these cars is not even so much the performance, it's that it's so drivable and livable. Like going to work, sitting in traffic, the car idles fine, it doesn't overheat. You got all the amenities in here. But then when you want to go on throttle, you have that full capability, then some, especially with this Jailbreak. I love looking out over that massive hood with the Mopar blue racing stripes. And now we're gonna get to that time where we gotta go on throttle, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. On throttle, here we go. Golly! You have to modulate that pedal. You actually have to pedal with the pedal because of the amount of grip. These Pirelli P0s are not my favorite when they come to tires. Yes, you could smoke them because you got them, but to actually get some real grip, that's probably one of the first things I would change, is swap out the P0 all-season radials for something stickier. The good news is you got plenty of stopping capability to slow this beast down, especially at 4,500 pounds. But let's go ahead from a slow roll. I'm doing about 30. We're gonna go on throttle. On throttle, here we go. Just spinning it up, spinning it up. Yeah! God. This thing will make the eyeballs in your head hit the back of your skull. That's how hard the torque hits, the power, all of that great muscle car sensation, you get it tenfold. And then the pretty good thing is that even though this isn't a corner carver, you're gonna get some decent handling with that adaptive suspension. But no, a GT500 would run circles around this vehicle on any twisty road or a road course. This though, if you live your life a quarter mile at a time, you're gonna want one of these. Vin Diesel wants one of these. It's a 10-second car. and he'll be happy with that. The sound of that supercharger is divine. I mean, I live and eat and breathe by that sound, and I absolutely love it. I think we gotta go on throttle again. It's just one of those things you do in a muscle car. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. Smoke them if you got them, we got them. It's a joke trying to get traction in this thing. But yeah, I mean, on this tighter road, I love the downshift. Did you hear that downshift? That was nice. On these tighter roads, it is a handful for sure. But when you get to a nice long stretch of black tarmac, that's where it happens. That black top is where it happens. So here we are. I'm gonna do it from a roll. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Wow! Talk about cruise missile. This is like a freaking lunar landing missile. An intergalactic missile. But it's sad. Remember, these cars are disappearing, and that's why I say, is it now or never? Time to crap or get off the pot. Like my dad used to say, but he used a different word than crap. But just seats are comfortable, not a lot of bolstering to hold you in. I tell you, when that torque flight, that's the fancy name Mopar gives it, that ZF 8-speed automatic, when it shifts, it's like getting kicked in the back by a donkey. It's a special car. Very, very, very special car. Say what you want about the size. The chassis of this thing goes back to the Daimler Chrysler days. Talk all the zonk you want about it, but there's no denying that Hemi 6.2 liter supercharged V8. There really isn't. On throttle! I love the down. That's almost my second favorite thing right there, is the downshift. And you got those freaking massive 305s all four corners. I feel like this thing needs 325s all four corners. Golly, this thing. Look at that. You can, if you're smooth with your hands and you're smooth with your right foot, you could just make the back end of this car dance so nicely, and it just brings it back. As long as you know how to dance. If you don't know how to do the dance, you're gonna be wrapping this thing around a tree. God forbid. But that's the truth, Ruth. On throttle! It accelerates. You look at that 220 mile per hour speedometer, it just accelerates. Your brain can't even, it thinks you're in a dream, because reality does not work like that, but it does in this freaking car. But you know what? We got to get back to where it all started, because I could burn through a whole tank of fuel very, very easily in this thing. We need to get back where it all started and wrap this one up. I'll see you in a split second.
Guys, it's been one heck of a Mopar or no car kind of day here on Rady's Rides. I definitely want to thank the owner who wants to remain anonymous for letting me drive and showcase this brand new Jailbreak. Let me know what you think. Is this the best way to just send off the muscle car into the abyss? Are you going to go GT500? Let me know in that comment section. Or are you going to go with that EV? Are you like, I like EVs, I like to plug things in, I want to go that route? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that freaking subscribe button. This is what we're bringing you. You're going to want to come back for more. If you're new to the channel, I'll see you again soon.
Of course, if you're part of the Radies Rides family, thank you for being such a good supporter and a good friend of ours. We love what you do when you help us film these amazing things. Speaking of helping us film, Stephen Flood Photography. Today, he's been a little steadier. He had an extra cup of coffee just to wake him up. Show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.